Now, Maslow was able to come up with a principle titled the motivation man. And the reason he did this was to be able to tell leaders and managers in organizations that these are the reasons why their people behave the way they behave, so that they'll be able to understand them and be able to work with them effectively. And that is what is. So Maslow came up with this pyramid. This pyramid now is divided into five segments. We have one, two, three, four, five. Now Maslow says something very, very crucial. He said that human needs in life are very, very crucial to how human beings behave. And then he said human needs are classified into five major places. Now, number one is what we call physiological needs. Number two is what we call the safety needs. Number three is what we call the social belonging or the love needs. Number four is what we call the self-esteem needs. Then number five is what we call the self-actualization needs. Now, this is how he arranged them in this pyramid in a chronological order. At the very bottom of this pyramid here, we have what we call the physiological need, which is number one. Now, Maslow says something very, very important here. He said human beings behave like animals when their basic needs are not met. And the basic needs of man are what we call the food, the shelter, the water, the sex, and then the basic things at least that you need. You know, things that at least every day you do with them. So when a human being as a person, his physiological needs are not met, that person can behave like an animal. You are working under somebody, you are thinking of how can I feed tomorrow? How can I feed tomorrow? You work small, you pick up something tomorrow, go and sell for you to get money because you are eager, you are looking for something to survive. So that kind of a person does not actually think right. His major aim is how can I survive? I'm hustling to feed my family, to feed myself today, tomorrow. I don't know how tomorrow is going to be. You know, you are hustling. Your basic needs are how can I be able to survive? You will not be able to see clearly in life except if this first needs is made. And I can tell you that if you check yourself very well, or you check people around, this is how most people behave. Because they are looking for their daily food, they are unable to be able to see the future ahead of them. Their own is that they can do anything they want to do for just what they can get today, forgetting about tomorrow. So until this need of a man is met, a man might not be able to change normal. That is what Maslow is saying. That one of the major things that motivates man is the ability to meet up with his basic needs in life. And these are the basic needs in life. Now, Maslow said, after this physiological need of a man are being met, the second need of a man is what we call the safety needs. That's number two. Now, the safety needs comes after the physiological needs are being met. In the sense that after a man is being able to take care of what he will eat, what he will drink, where he will stay, and be able to have comfortable sex in life, before you can now think of safety. How can I safeguard my future? How can I safeguard my health from health challenges? How can I safeguard myself from threats, either from within or outside? A man can never think of security when his basic needs are not being met. Because the only thing that's coming at his mind is, how can I eat today? Where will I sleep today? But by the moment he's able to get this need made, the next thing that will come is, how can I protect myself from sickness, from threats, from danger, whether within or outside? That is how it means. So you can find out that when you are looking for a job, you are eager because you don't have what to sleep, you don't have where to sleep, you don't have where to live, and all those things. But by the time you're able to get a job and then you start making money, the next thing that will come into your mind is, how safe is this my job? If they sack me today, what will happen to me next? So you'll be trying to look for ways where you can safeguard yourself from anything that will become a threat to you, whether within or outside. Now that is what we call the second need of a man, is what is safety. Now, by the time a man is able to get his basic needs met, number two, his safety needs met, he begins to think higher and begins to think more clear now. The next needs that will follow is what we call the social belonging or love needs. At this level, food is no longer his problem. At this level, safety is no longer his major priority. The next thing is, how can he feel belonging in the society? How can he feel love from other people around? That is what will be happening next. And that is why you see a lot of people in the social media today, they're out there, they have the money. Where to sleep is not the problem. What to eat is not the problem. At least their future is secure and other things are secure. But yet, it seems as if people don't like them. People don't like them. They feel as if people don't like them. So they are in quest for friendship. They are in quest for sense of belonging. in the society where they can enter into a place and people recognize them, people welcome them as a family. They feel that need, that kind of love. You enter a place and people love you, everybody want to talk to you, this and that, this and that, this and that. Now that's what we call social needs, whereby friendships are being strong, whereby relationship is being given, whereby you have a sense of belonging that yes, I can walk into Lagos State and hundreds of people can come up to me and say, I know you, how are you? They will greet you and then they make you feel whole. At this level, a man cannot think of belonging. He doesn't send, he doesn't care who you are. What is after at this level is what can I eat? Now, by the time this is made, the next thing I'll follow is how secure am I? How secure is my future and the rest? Then after that, the next thing is, do I feel belong? Am I welcome? Do I have people that love me? That is the third need of a man. Now, the fourth need of a man is what we call the self-esteem. Now, the self-esteem talk about self-respect, status, recognition in the community, learning, knowledge. At that time, he begins to build himself. In the beginning, he's not thinking about that. But now, the next need of a man is beginning to think of, how can I build myself? How can I add more value to myself? How can I be recognized in the society that this is who I am? This is what I do. This is what I stand for. That is the next need of a man. So unless a man is feel welcome in the society, he can never think of who he is and who he stands for in life. So these needs are arranged in this order. And then at the apex of the pyramid is what we call the self-actualization. Now, the self-actualization is the topmost need of a man. And that is where a man feels the need to discover himself, the need to fulfill the purpose that God has given him, the need to want to live his creativity and talent to the full, the need to impact generations, the need to become the kind of person that is meant to be in life. And that is what the fifth need of a man. So in the beginning of the life of a person who has nothing, he can never think of who God has intended him to be. Why? Because his basic needs are not being met. You first think of what to eat. After thinking of what to eat, you first think of what safety, and then think of what social class, think of self-esteem, and then what self-actualization. So as human beings, these are how our needs have been arranged in a chronological order. So before you can come to this place, it takes a lot of people 10 years, some 15 years, some 20 years to come to the realization of that. Yes, they actually need to pursue purpose in life. You find out that for 10 years of most people's life, what they are working after is, what will I eat today and my safety? You are working here and here. The only thing you are looking for in life is, how can I eat today and tomorrow? And then how can I secure my future? That's all. You'll be working food bills, food bills, food bills. Those are the only things you're working for in life. It will take you a very, very long time, maybe 10 years, maybe 15, or even 20 years before you come to ask yourself, is working for food and working for safety the only thing the only thing I came to do in this life? And then you come back to ask yourself, what exactly is my purpose? What exactly is my mission in life? And that is where the real actualization starts from. So this is what Maslow talks about, what motivates man, or how the needs of man are arranged in chronological order. So I want to ask you today, which side of this pyramid do you belong to? I want you to notice where you belong to, make changes in it, and begin to make difference in your life before the time runs up. Kindly like this video and share with somebody that needs it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.